Ladies and gentlemen, the honorary degree is the most prestigious honor that is bestowed by the University of Nebraska at Omaha. This honor is reserved for those who have rendered extraordinary service to the university, as well as the regional and the global community. Our recipient today is Mr. Samuel Bach. Mr. Bach is being honored with the Doctorate of Humane Letters for his innovative contributions to the field of higher education. Mr. Bach is a world-renowned artist and a Holocaust survivor. His works depict his personal story as well as history, telling vivid stories like no one else. His story begins in 1933 at Vilna, Poland. Shortly thereafter, Vilna was under Soviet and then German occupation from 1940 through 1944. Only he and his mother survived. His father and grandparents all perished at the hands of the Nazis. After World War II, Mr. Bach and his mother fled to the Landsberg displaced persons camp. It was here that he was able to take his first painting lessons in Munich. Mr. Bach's artistic talent started when he was recognized at a very young age during an exhibition in the ghetto of Vilna, when he was just 9 years old. After studying in Munich, he was able to attend prestigious art schools in Jerusalem and later in Paris. While in Paris, he received a grant from the America-Israel Cultural Foundation and pursued his artistic studies. He had his first exhibition in 1959 in Rome of abstract paintings, and in 1961, he was invited to show at an exhibition at the Carnegie International. Following that, he had a solo exhibition at the Tel Aviv Museum in 1963. During the time of these exhibitions, there was a change in his artistic preferences. This shift led Mr. Bach to paint in a style he called expressionism. In his work, Mr. Bach paints a vivid story of his personal life, of Jewish history, and of his Holocaust experiences. He has completed over 8,000 pieces and continues in his work up to today. This last September, Mr. Bach spent a week on our campus, where he visited several different classes to talk about his experiences. He displayed 70 pieces of art in our Weber Fine Arts Building art gallery. Hundreds of people from Omaha and the surrounding communities, as well as more than 1,500 middle and high school students, came to the exhibit and saw his works. He also gave several radio interviews and public talks while on campus. And during an event at the Strauss Performing Arts Center on September 25th, Mr. Bach generously donated 3 of his original pieces to the University of Nebraska at Omaha. These works were donated in honor of 3 donor families, the Fried, the Schwab, and the Goldstein families, who have been long-term supporters here at UNO. We encourage all of you to come back to campus in the fall to see these displayed in our Chris Library. For his devotion to telling the story of people who can't, for Mr. Bach's dedication to using his platform to educate new generations, and for his embodiment of what we like to call the maverick spirit, the University of Nebraska at Omaha hereby bestows upon Mr. Samuel Bach the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa, this 8th day of May, 2020, with all of the rights and the privileges thereto. Mr. Bach, thank you for all that you've done, and congratulations. Friends, ladies and gentlemen, members of the class of 2020, it is my honor and privilege to introduce to you the most recent alumnus of our university, Mr. Samuel Bach, who will now make the 2020 commencement address.